Hey guys, this is your girl Lynette. Today is Tuesday, July the 21st, 2020. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we are on for Credit Tip Tuesday. So I want to say, I'm waiting for people to come on, see how everybody's doing today. I'm never this on time. It shocks me too. I feel bad. Let's see here. So I just want to say hello. Hope all is well. Today is July 21st, 2020. It is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hey everyone. Everybody's logging on. Just want to tell y'all, thank you for all you do. If you can like and share, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Let me see here. So as people are logging on, I just wanted to tell everyone thank you. These past couple weeks have been really difficult due to the loss of my dad. You guys have poured out so much love and went above and beyond. And I just want to tell y'all I love y'all and thank y'all. But, it's still pretty difficult. But I'm here for you guys like you guys are here for me. St. Louis. Hi. Hey. Oh, my goodness. St. Louis in the house. St. Louis in the house. St. Louis. All right. We got St. Louis. We have a whole bunch of people from different places tuning in. So let's see. Hi, Eb. Hi, Persine. Hi, Brianna. As people are logging on, make sure you like, click, and share this video. Today's topic, we're going to get into it shortly, on what to eliminate, like the process of elimination. Hi, Chandra. Everybody's tuning in. Make sure you guys like and share. It is Credit Tip Tuesday. It is 7:02 p.m. I'm never this on time, but I really thank y'all for allowing me to be on time and get my life together. But I really appreciate it. Hey, Queen. So everybody share the video, like, click, let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Miss Chandra, how are you, dear? It is pouring down raining. So if I hear a bunch of thundering and lightning, if I dive to the floor, it's okay. Because, all right, from Miss Harrisburg, all right, we got some hometowns here. All right, come on, guys. Like, click, and share. But it's raining really bad up here. It's pouring. So, guys, I'm going to get started. Yeah, it's bad. It's horrible. So, I'm going to get started. Today's topic is the process of elimination. And a lot of times, people self-dispute their credit reports, and there's nothing wrong with that. I want to help you guys because, again, everybody can't afford credit restoration. So when you're looking at your accounts, we're going to do this step by step so you guys can get a feel. So if you want to pull up your credit reports as I'm doing this to give you guys some insight to, one, how to read the report, two, how to go about disputing what and what not to dispute, and show you how you can get the points that's needed. So I'm gonna get started. I'm using an example report in front of me, but if you guys get your own, it will get better. I promise you it will. It will get better. Don't listen. I started at 4:54. Keep telling everybody. I did not get where I got to overnight. I started at a 454. 454 points. 3 years. A lot of hard work. A lot of hard work. So I'm going to jump into it. So if you got your credit reports out, if not, follow me. The first thing you do when you're getting ready to dispute your credit report, the items on your credit report, always first, get the number you desire to be at. So if you had a 500 and you want to be at a 700, or if you're a 500, you want to be at an 850, whatever desired score you want to be at, subtract the current number minus the desired score. Once you get that, and everybody do it while I'm on, once you get that score, that number is the number that's keeping you away from the desired score. So when you get that desired score, you multiply it by payment history, credit utilization, credit age, overall credit, and mixed credit. So wherever you get that number, so if you're a 500 and you want to get to an 800, you would do 500 minus 800, which give you 300. So you'll take that 300 times 0.35, which is your payment history. You'll take that same 300 times 0.30, which is credit utilization, the queen. The next one, you'll take that same 300 and multiply it by 0.15, which is credit age. And the reason I'm saying decimals because it's 35%, 30%, and 15%. And you know when you turn a percentage, when you multiply, you must move it 2 places to the left for it to be a decimal. So that's why I keep saying point. And then you would do that 300 times 0.10 and 300 times 0.10. When you get those numbers, these are the number of points that you need to get to that desired score. This is so important. Once you get to that, once you know those points that you need on the credit report, you then look at your credit report in its entirety. The most important factor everyone should know on the credit report is the credit utilization. Even though payment history is the most abundant, the credit utilization moves the score. So if you have issues with payment history within the credit cards, you always attack those first. It doesn't matter if the accounts are open or closed. Always go after them first. If it's a credit card and a closed account, credit card and an open account. If the credit utilization is being determined because it fluctuates your score, you go after those accounts first. Anybody have any questions so far? Person, you definitely got this, man. Yep, credit utilization is 0.30. Payment history is 0.35. Credit age is 0.15. Overall credit and mixed credit is 0.10. If you add those numbers up, you will get the desired score that you need to get to the score you would like to be at. It doesn't matter what your score is. This method works. It's mathematically, it's the best method to dispute on a credit report. The way you dispute on a credit report. If people try to eliminate a whole entire credit report, like doing credit sweeps and things like that, it would not. It won't teach you how to read and understand credit. It's always about the numbers. So again, if you have a credit card, open or closed, because even though payment history is the most abundant, if you have a credit card that's open or in an open or closed account, make sure you pay that off first. It's so important because it holds all 5 components. It holds the payment history, it holds the credit utilization, it holds credit age, overall credit, and mixed credit. A lot of times you will hear people say, pay off the newest debt, go 24 months and then go backwards. Every time someone says that, I falls out of the chair. The word credit age is the hint. Anything that's an older account, especially in credit cards, you pay that debt first, always. If you don't have credit cards, you then go to the next area of the credit. Is either an installment loan or student loans or things like that. When people say go 24 months forward and then go back, no, you go to the oldest account first, because the word credit age is the hint. Age, it's like fine wine, it's like cheese. Age is the key word. Credit age. So you go from the oldest, then move forward, not forward and then go back. So if you pay a debt off that was established in 2018, you're not going to get the points that you need if you pay off a debt that you made in 2008. If you want to maximize scores, you go by the 5 components, especially when it comes to credit cards. If you have a payment, hey baby, if you have a credit card debt that has derogatory remarks, things like that, you go after those areas because of the payment history, credit utilization, the age of the account, overall credit, and mixed credit. Again, never go forward from 2020 and go backwards. When you trying to maximize your score, you want to pay off debt or go after debt that's the oldest, not the newest. Excuse me. Any questions so far, guys? Hi, Tika. Hi, Miss Sharonda. Oh, everybody's coming on. Make sure you like and click and share. Yeah, now, y'all know I can see who shared the video, right? Y'all know I'm petty, and I do look. So, I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all tuning in. But please share. It's free knowledge. Everybody should be able to get this. It's okay if you're late. Any questions so far? Any questions? So, if you don't have credit cards, go after your installment loans. Go after your installment loans. So when you're looking at your report and you want to self-repair your credit, always look at, if you have credit cards, deal with the credit cards first. If you don't have credit cards, you go to the next thing that has payment history issues, credit age, overall credit, and mixed credit. Nothing else on a credit report holds 5 components but the credit cards. But if you don't have credit cards, you go after the next thing, and that's installment loans, student loan debt, car loans. If you have medical bills, things like that, you go after those. Now, the report I'm viewing, this person, she has a pretty good credit score, over 700. Her account says she had 13 accounts, but technically she only has 5 accounts. And the reason she has 5 accounts, because if the student loans, this is a biggie, a lot of people don't get this. Student loans, if you look at your student loans, 9 times out of 10, the Department of Education will have an account repeated on your credit report a number of times with the same account number. This is against the law. When someone has over a 700 credit score and they think they have 13 accounts, in actuality they only have 5 accounts, and they can't get, larger credit limits, we have to find the problem. So you always look at the number of accounts on a credit report. This person has, like I said, she thought she had 13 accounts. She only has 5. And the reason I determined that, because I looked at her student loans, and her student loans had the same account number repeatedly in 9 accounts. So you take this and you have to look at it and says, when you read the credit report, somebody with an exceptional credit score but can't get larger credit limits, you have to do the determining factors, like why this person can't get pretty large credit limits. Because the credit file is very thin. Student loans are famous for putting accounts over and over and over again on your credit report, and it's only one account. It counts as one account. If you have an account with student loans, or any account, and they have the same account number, guys, look at that account. That only really counts as one account. So for instance, Department of Education, the account number is 9,187, 9,187, 9,187. Technically, that's only one account. It might have been open on different dates. However, it's grouped in the same account. So this person couldn't get larger credit limits because their account was too thin. If they have the same account number, you can dispute that through the Department of Education, saying you're putting this on my account multiple times, especially if it has negative reporting, because it compromises the score, and that's against the law. So always look at your accounts, always on your credit report. When you have debt associated with it, always when you want that payment history, credit utilization, overall credit, mixed credit, and credit age, said that backwards, sorry. Always look at the accounts that's associated with a debt. Now, this person has no negative remarks on their credit report, none. And this person only needs 39.55 points to get to that desired score they want to be at. So in order for us to do this, I grouped each debt by the credit age. The credit age. You group it because credit age means you pay the oldest account first. Never pay the newest account. Pay the older accounts, especially if you don't have any negative remarks. You pay the oldest accounts, and then you continue until you get to the newest account, to the latest account. Any questions with that? And I can go over anything 10 times if y'all want me to, because that's what I'm here for. Oh, I love all of y'all that's on. Let's see. No questions? Come on, guys. I come on every week for y'all. Just so y'all can see my... Oh, God, it's raining. It's raining bad. Anybody have any questions about what I just discussed? Did I move something? All right, so. Here we go. Credit cards that's been charged off. Good question. Thank you, Miss Sweets. I love when people ask questions. So any credit cards that's been charged off, and this is a good question. So if you look at your credit report and you see credit cards that have been charged off and you know you didn't pay them, go to the collections area of your credit report and see if it's in that area. If it is, 9 times out of 10 it is, you're getting punished twice, because it's in a closed account and it's a credit card, and then they sold it and they went to a collections. If it's not in the collections, you want to call the original creditor and satisfy the account. You don't want to settle. Don't settle a credit card debt. Don't settle no debt. If it's not in collections, you satisfy the entire account. Because if they extend a new line of credit to you and you show your credit worthiness for a period of months, they must remove the old debt according to the law, because you show credit worthiness to them. They can't continue to tarnish your credit report and you now reestablish a relationship with them. But if it's with the collection agency, you need to call the collection agency, because it's a credit card, not a medical bill, not a dental bill. It's a credit card. It's different. You need to call the collection agency and ask, once this debt is satisfied, will you remove this collection area off my report? If they say no, you need to dispute it. And you dispute credit card debt. If it's with a bank, you can do it through the Federal Trade Commission or the Federal Reserves. If it's with the credit union, a federal credit union, you could do it through the National Federal Credit Union Association or the actual state where the credit union is established at. Ooh, what chapter is the bankruptcy? So the question is, what if the credit card was in the bankruptcy and they gave you a new credit card? Again, can those be removed? If it's a 13, if it's a 7, yes. Yeah, you can get it off of there. Absolutely. Because they reestablished it with you. Now, key component to bankruptcies. If your bankruptcy has credit age on it, so if you filed the bankruptcy, it's 2020. You filed the bankruptcy 5-6 years ago, don't touch the bankruptcy. Let it go. Leave it alone. It's helping your credit score because it's age. However, if you want that item off your credit report, the actual, oh, I love you too, babe. If it's the actual item on the credit report that's within the bankruptcy, you can get that actual item removed because they established credit with you. So there's, again, the process of elimination when it comes to removing items from your credit. If your bankruptcy is age 5-6 years, let it go. Let it fall off on its own. But if it's 2-3 years, then yes, you can go after the bankruptcy along with going after the actual debt. That's the credit card. But if it is age, just go after the credit card. Because by law, they was already paid. The bankruptcy satisfied it. You show creditworthiness again, and you reestablish a relationship. So yes, they have to remove that. Now, if you was in a 13, no, you couldn't remove it because it's still within the payment process unless you're done paying it off. Good question. These are the questions I like. It keeps my brain, like, keeps me sharp. If they had good payment history, they shouldn't have been within your bankruptcy. That didn't make sense. I would have affirmed it. Anytime you have credit card debt and you're going to file bankruptcy and you can handle the actual credit card debt, you can affirm that. And if your attorney didn't give you that right, that's against the law too. That's a whole other ball game. So yeah, it shouldn't. Yeah. So if the credit card sends you a settlement offer, you shouldn't take it. No, don't settle. Oh God, please don't settle a debt. If you don't have the full amount, if you're a nickel short, don't pay it until you get that nickel. You must satisfy the whole entire debt. Satisfy the debt. Settling a debt gives the actual creditor, credit card companies or creditors, the right to continue to report negatively on your credit report. So if you pay it in full by law and then reestablish relationships with the actual creditor, they must remove it after a certain time. Because the law says you cannot continue to compromise one's credit when they establish good credit worthiness back to them. So it's called an exchange of risk, and I teach this in my mentoring program. Settlement is credit suicide. Yes, God. It's like the Black Death. It's like no oxygen to the brain. You can like not get mortgages and things like that with settling, because underwriters would think if she goes in foreclosure, is she going to settle? That word settle is a no-no. So don't settle, satisfy it. So if your debt is $305.05 and you have $305, find 5 pennies or a nickel to pay it with it, because you don't want the company to lose money. So you don't want to do that. So definitely satisfy the debt. Good questions. Keep them coming, guys. Please, please. I like questions like this. I love questions. Let's see. Let me see if any other. Dang, I request them to remove the bankruptcy. The credit bureau reported it as filed in 19, but it was discharged in 16. Yeah, oh, hell yeah. Woo, Jesus. Yeah, oh, God, yeah. Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah, honey. Yeah. That's why I tell people, dude, when credit age, credit utilization, and payment history, sir, the credit utilization is the brain, even though payment history is the most abundant. The credit utilization tell everything how to move. The payment history is part of the operation. That's like the spinal cord. So if you had a bankruptcy, so it was last reported, so you looked at the update. So basically, this lady on here, I love her dearly. She had a bankruptcy. It was filed in 19. However, it was discharged in 16. So what happens is she tampered with her credit age. Credit age is 15% of your credit score. If you had credit cards within the bankruptcy, remember that holds all 5 components. It's going to drop it. So you lost literally almost, 60-something points, 60, 70, almost 70 points. So that sounds about right. So the reason you dropped that score drastically the way you did, because you dealt with, you fooled with the credit age, which is 15% of your credit score. You also dealt with the payment history, with the good payments that you had on the credit cards, and then the actual credit cards that you had within the bankruptcy. So all 5 components got tampered with when you filed for the actual bankruptcy to be removed. So you filed it in 15 and reported it in 19. So they didn't report it in 19, it was updated in 19. Is that what it was? So if it's updated on 19, you should never go by the updated. You always go by the time you filed. So that determines the credit age, the time you file, the date you open the account. That determines the credit age, not the last date reported. Credit age is determined on the date the account was opened or the date it was filed. And it requested to be removed until 2 weeks ago. If they dropped your score already, it's going to be removed. They're going to remove it because you requested it. And if you went through LexisNexis and had your accounts frozen and things like that and did it the way it normally is done, they're going to remove it and it's going to drop. It's going to drop your score bad. So they dropped it already. I'm so sorry. You should have inboxed me. I'd have told you that. Yeah, you should. Yeah, you did. So yeah, that makes sense. So when you try to get a bankruptcy off of your credit report, if the actual bankruptcy is more than 5 years old, please let it stay. Yeah, please let it stay. Don't, if the bankruptcy is 15, 14, 13, 12, 17, well, not 17 too much, 16 borderline, let the bankruptcy stay there. If you're just still building your credit, build your credit. You can build your credit after bankruptcy. You don't have to remove the actual bankruptcy. Now, for your bigger credit cards, if you want like Amex and Chase like that, yes, they will deny you because of a public record. They will deny you. But you can work on your credit and utilize your credit fine without Amexes and Chases and some city banks. But if you have the lower level cards, revolve your lower level cards. And then, when the bankruptcy removes itself after 10 years, then go after the Amexes. So don't remove it if it have credit age on it. You bought a house and everything at 18. Yeah. You dropped the score. And you have to be careful too, because if you have credit cards with your scores dropping like that, they would decrease your limits. Because you got to remember, credit card companies do soft pulls quarterly. That's why people get increases the way they do voluntary. If you do your credit cards right, you don't have to call in for an increase. They do soft pulls quarterly. So every 3 months, 3 to 6 months, they'll do a soft pull. And they'll say, congratulations, you got an increase. Because you're doing well with your credit cards and you're revolving your credit and you have a pretty decent score. So be careful with that. When your scores drop like that, you can lose credit card limits big time. They're famous for it. So be careful with that. Oh, why didn't you call me? Yep. That sounds about right. I told you I know what I'm talking about. I don't talk this talk for nothing, honey. I'm telling you, credit is all about the numbers. Don't fool with bankruptcies if it has credit age. You can buy a house after bankruptcy. You can buy a car. But you have access to me. You could definitely inbox me or set up a consultation. I told you this. I'm telling you. Bankruptcies for all that stuff. So yeah, be careful. Be careful. So why does your score drop when student loans continue to add debt to your file? Maybe I'm not explaining it right. No, you're explaining it right. So the reason student loans will drop your score if they add debt, which they shouldn't be adding any interest at this time because we're in COVID. So it's called debt to income ratio. If your debt to income ratio exceeds a certain amount, you're looked at as a risk, so they will drop your score. So it doesn't matter if your debt is good or bad. If it's added and you don't have the income to suffice that, it will decrease your score. So if you having your student loans increasing, you need to get with me so we can talk about that, because they shouldn't have no interest accruing at all at this time due to we are in COVID. So yes. Oh, I'm sorry. But there's life after that. Trust me, it's life after that. So don't beat yourself up now. You didn't know. That's why I do these Credit Tip Tuesdays, so you guys can have questions. You know, disputing everything off your credit reports at once can destroy your score. People do it all the time. People are like, I can eliminate all your debt. And that's people that don't know how to read a credit report. When you eliminate debt from people's credit report, or tell them I can get your credit cards removed or all that stuff removed, they don't know how to read a credit report. I'm not sounding mean when I say that. When you eliminate things with good payment history, credit age, credit utilization, you can destroy a person's report. Hard inquiries that's associated with good accounts, you can destroy someone's report like that. So you always have to make sure when you're reading your reports, or whoever's doing your credit knows how to read a report. Can you stop a soft pull? A soft pull is not going to hurt your report. A soft pull is okay. If you don't want to get credit increases, if you're talking about that, you will have to freeze your reports. So, you know, soft pulls, again, for credit cards, you know, yeah. So soft pulls they're not going to hurt your credit report at all. It don't even bother it. You can have 100 soft inquiries on your credit report. It doesn't decrease your score at all. So no, soft pulls are fine. That's how my limits got decreased. Yes, because soft pulls, because the credit card companies do random soft pulls. The only way you're going to stop that if you freeze your accounts. So they do quarterly soft pulls to give you an increase or decrease. Every credit card company does this. It doesn't matter who you're with. Every credit card company does it. So if you have a credit card and you're doing well on your credit card, and they feel as though you want you to have an increase, they'll do a soft pull. The only way you would get a soft pull, won't get a soft pull, you have to literally freeze your accounts. So you will have to call the credit bureaus and freeze your accounts so no one can look into your accounts. Yes, credit sweeps and trade lines are illegal. I'm not a fan of either one. Trade lines are when people buy different trade lines from other people to get put underneath them to boost their score. A lot of times it don't help you because, you know, it's the way you look at your credit report. So you have to understand that if you buy a trade line, and I've seen this happen, if you buy a trade line and you're 25 years old and the actual trade line you buy is 18 years old, you wasn't 7 years old when you got the credit card. So please be mindful of that. If you know you get a credit sweep done on your credit report and somebody asks you to, you know, go to the police station and fill out a police report and say these accounts are not mine, or have other people or different companies send you a letter saying you're not aware of these accounts, that's still a credit sweep. It's illegal. So be mindful of that as well. Getting things removed off of your credit report so you can get something new can haunt you later, because once the credit bureaus and the creditors realize it's you, it reappears on the credit report. Any questions? Y'all had some good questions tonight. Make sure you guys like and share. And if you're watching the replay after this is over, hashtag replay in the comments. Let's see. Any other questions, guys? Oh, thank you. My child's on here. I love her. Everybody say hi to Denisha. She's my daughter. She helps me with everything from websites to marketing, everything. Shout out to my marketing team, period. Sean, William, Solomon. I wouldn't know what to do without y'all. I love y'all so much. Yeah. Schedule a consultation. I'll shoot you an email. Well, shoot you my website. If you guys need a website done, anybody that's in business, make sure you link up with my daughter. She has revamped my website and made my life a lot easier. She's very good. So if you know any business owners, anything of that nature, make sure you point them in my daughter's direction. She's very talented, extremely talented, and she has an eye for marketing. My company wouldn't be where it's at if it wasn't for her and her ways. I won't say that online. I love you, Niche. First time viewer, I'm learning. Oh, thank you. Where are you from? We have a first time viewer. She's on. She's learning a lot. Where are you from? Make sure you guys like, click, and share. Well, make sure you join in every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Oh, somebody said they love the website. Yes, yes, yes. What do you do when you have a charged-off account? So what type, Miss Brown, what type of account is it? Is it a credit card? Hey, Miss Parks. I love all my family. I love it. Love them, love them. So is it a credit card, car loan, medical bill, installment loan? What type of account is it? So it's a credit card. So if the credit card is with the actual creditor, call and see if you can satisfy the account. If your credit card owed debt is with a collection agency, call the collection agency and see if you can satisfy the debt. Don't settle. Satisfy. I mean, pay the whole amount. If they say yes, we will satisfy, you can satisfy the debt, make sure that they're going to remove that collection account off your credit report. Because if they don't, you will have to dispute it to get it back in the hands of the original creditor. So, yeah, make sure when you read your credit reports, if you have a credit card debt that's in a closed account, look at the notation on the account and see if it says transfer to a different lender. If it's more a different party. If it says transfer to a different lender or a different party, make sure that you call the actual collection agency, because it's probably listed in the collection area of your credit report, and see if you satisfy the debt. When you satisfy the debt, would they remove that account off your credit report? If they say no, you will have to dispute it. How do I feel about Credit Karma? Credit Karma is not an app that I use. However, it is, people view it and people see increases. It's a Vantage score, so it's a different scoring system than FICO. So a Vantage score was created by Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion to compete with FICO many, many, many years ago. So when they did the Vantage score, so the FICO scoring system was 35, 30, 15, 10, and 10. Vantage score, I think, is 41. The percentage is higher. So that's why sometimes you will look at Credit Karma and your score is a little bit higher than your actual FICO score. FICO scores are the most used. Buy homes, credit cards, things like that. Some places use Vantage scores. I'm not sure who they are. I'm not sure, but I use FICO. FICO. So FICO has different scorecards. 2, 3, and 4 are for automobiles. I also think 2, 3, and 4 is for homes. I think they have another one. I think 8 is for credit cards. It's one of them. So I think credit cards and bank cards are 8. 2, 3, and 4 are for homes, if I'm correct. So, Thank you for putting that website up. So you officially removed my 3 credit cards from my card holder to avoid using them for purchases. She's petty. Yes, you should definitely do that, Niche, because you need to remove all your credit cards. Did that answer your question, Miss Brown? My best friend's on here. Hi, Lisa. I love her. It's my right hand. Make sure you like, share, guys, this Credit Tip Tuesday. Any more questions? Don't be shy, guys. Don't be shy. Thank God you did it, Jesus. Ooh, but you're good with money, Niche. Don't worry about it. Oh, thank you, Miss Brown. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Dom's on here. Everybody's coming on. What questions do you have? And thank you for all my first time tuning in. Credit Tip Tuesday. I greatly appreciate all of you. The constant love and support that you guys give me. I'm beyond humble and I'm grateful. Uh-oh. Hey. Let's see. Any questions for anybody that's coming on now? I'm going to give you guys a chance to ask questions. Oh, thank you. I love that y'all love me. Good question. A realistic credit score when you want to purchase a home, to me, is a 680. 680, 690. Because when you go to buy a home, they get your true score. So they take all 3 scores and divide it by 3 will get your true score. So if you're a 7, 715, 740, something like that, they add all 3 scores, divided by 3, that's your true score. You get 3 hard pulls to see what you will need in order to purchase that home. The 3rd hard pull is the one that determines your APR. So when you want to buy a home, I would say roughly 680, 670, 680 to buy a home. Because your last pull part will put you at a 640 and you're still in good range to get a decent APR. A lot of people like to be at the 720s, 730s, and that's okay too. But a realistic credit score to buy a home is between 670 and 680 to buy a good, to buy a home. Good question. Thank you so much. So everybody on here, make sure you guys subscribe to my newsletter. I have a newsletter that comes out every 2 weeks as well, to give you credit tips that, sometimes you guys can't join in. It gives you an overview of the company, the people that work for the company, and different credit tips. Make sure you go to my website and subscribe. That's so important because, my crew really works hard on putting this together. So always read. It's a good thing, and you guys can get the latest what's going on with D.A.L.S Credit Solutions. How can I start to build my business credit? What? You want to get a consultation for that? Okay, so all right. So business credit, you got to get a EIN number, a DUNS number, and get your articles of corporation. Articles of corporation is a LLC. LLC, S Corp, sole proprietor. So you get those articles in corporation, and then you apply for your EIN and your DUNS number. The way you start to build your business credit is make sure you're listed in all directories, meaning your search engine optimizations, meaning like Google, Yelp, things like that. Start, purchasing things with your EIN number, Quill, Uline, what else? Lowe's, Home Depot. Lowe's, Home Depot. You can do gas cards, things like that. So you learn to build your business credit, your business first to build your business credit. If you don't have like article or corporation not registered with your state, don't have a article, a LLC or things like that, you're really not building a business or business credit. Let's see. Oh, thank you. Make sure you guys like, click, and share. Y'all know we'll go back and see who shared my videos. Book a consultation. You have a DUNS number. Come on, Persine. Me and you gonna fight. Yes, book a consultation so we can talk about your business. The website is up in the comments. Anybody have any questions, concerns, anything about credit? Let's see. So we are doing a raffle for a free consultation. You got to put your emoji with thumbs up if you want to enter a raffle for a free consultation. This can be personal or business credit while you're on the live, and even after live, you know, hashtag replay. Good. Good question. Miss Venus, I love you. So, the question was asked, are added medical bills that are on your credit report considered a Hipaa violation? Now, Hipaa violation come in a series of forms. However, if you sign documents stating that you understand that the debt is yours and you are responsible, then yes, they could put it on your credit. Now, this is what you can do to get this off. Now, if you went to a doctor, specialist, anything, let me give y'all some tips on medical bills. And especially if it was a referral. So if you go to the doctors and you gave them their insurance card and you found out later you were out of network, the way you can get this off your credit report is this. If you were out of network, what documents did you sign that allowed you to understand you were out of network and you were responsible for the bill? If they cannot produce none of those documents, which they never do when you're out of network, they have to remove it. JACO, part of hospitals and mainly hospitals, says if a person doesn't have insurance, because I know I worked in the hospital for a long time, person doesn't have insurance, you either offer them financial assistance or you must let them know that their coverage is not in network. And you have to sign a document that you understood this. If the hospitals cannot produce this, or the actual place that you got service from cannot produce this, they must remove it. Another thing that I experienced when I had surgery, had a breast reduction. My insurance covered 100%. However, the place that I got my surgery from outsourced their anesthesia department. They tried to make me pay that area of the bill. I didn't know y'all outsourced the anesthesia department, because when I got the referral, you guys already did a pre-referral, or what do you call that? I can't think of it real quick. A pre-registration, that's what it's called. You did a pre-registration to see if all my ducks were in order. So if you didn't tell me that you guys outsourced anesthesia, I'm not footing the bill. So that's another way you can get that off your credit report as well. So there are some things you can do to get medical bills off your credit report. Oh my God, Tika's gonna be in the raffle. She's gonna do everything. She is so funny. Did I explain that? I can re-explain it. Let's see. Any other questions, concerns? I think I should go over that medical thing again. I think I am. All right. So if you have medical bills on your credit report and you went to see a specialist, oh good. I don't have to explain it. Thank you. You're welcome. So Any other questions? Concerns? Latrice ain't allowed to enter the raffle. She's horrible. Anybody want a consultation to help them read their credit report? Please book the consultation through the website that's posted in the comments. It will be beneficial for you to understand how to read your credit report, and if you like for me to assist you with rebuilding and restoring your credit, along with a lot of other offers that we do with our clients. Again, if you guys need websites, hit my daughter up, Lynette Stevenson. If you not in the group, Black Girls Have Good Credit Too. I'm kicking nobody off the raffle. If you want to be involved in a group called Black Girls Have Good Credit Too with Jasmine Patton, she's the head admin of the group. If you want a consultation with me, again, please book. The website is within the comments. Much love. I appreciate all of you. This is Lynette signing off from D.A.L.S Credit Solutions. Credit Tip Tuesday. I will see you guys next week. Take care.